Rein it in. Prince Charles slams rumors of a hot and cold relationship with William and Harry as complete nonsense. So there's a denial here. Okay, and they're saying there's a rift, and it all comes back to this picture. Charles' 70th birthday, this picture. This is an interesting picture. Harry is leaning towards his brother. This shoulder is up, this shoulder's down. William is not leaning away from Harry. Their elbows are touching. But William's a bit more guarded than Harry. Harry is moving towards his brother. But anyway, they said that this photo is a nightmare. So we have a report that Charles is bipolar towards Harry and William. And what this makes me think of is the whole Ellen fiasco. Ellen DeGeneres fires 3 top producers over toxic workplace allegations. So Ellen DeGeneres is accused of having a toxic workplace. Okay, and here she makes an apology to her staff. No makeup, very plain, hands clasped in front of her. And what's been happening is, let's see. Ellen DeGeneres has apologized that her show is a toxic work environment. She tells people that Ellen said she wasn't perfect and explained she's a multi-layered person who's trying to be the best person I can be and learn from my mistakes. She's also reportedly said, I'm hearing that some people felt that I wasn't kind or too short with them or too impatient. I apologize to anybody if I've hurt your feelings in any way. So basically, Ellen is accused of being completely different in front of the camera and behind the camera. Behind the camera, people go on leave because they had a death in the family. They come back and find their job isn't there anymore. Somebody was sick, had cancer, went to the hospital and needed some time off. They were fired. I mean, just brutal. And now the upshot of this is that they're now firing producers and accusing them of sexual impropriety. So they're really trying to throw other people under the bus. So what we have here with Charles is an accusation that he's like Ellen, he's completely different in front of the camera than he is behind the scenes. Very, very hot and cold. And this is, people who are unhealthy, this is always what they're like. They work really hard at having a great public image, okay? But behind the scenes, behind closed doors, they're just terrible. Meghan seems to be a person like this. She's always smiling in front of the camera, always on when the camera's on. She's always looking for the camera, always trying to be dressed exactly right, okay? But everyone around her quits, everyone. And now they've left the royal family. So that's one of the things I want to look at. I want to look at, is Charles hot and cold? Is he this kind of a personality? The other thing is, does Charles value his public image over and above his relationship with his sons? In the book, Charles is extremely focused on his public image, and there have been times Harry has felt that that his image has taken precedence over everything else. That's the allegation. It is claimed that Charles, who's set to quit his landmark Duchy Originals farm after 35 years, funded Meghan and Harry's new $8 million. It's not $8 million, 8 million pounds. Okay. Yeah, so it's $15 million. They put 5 down. So did Charles pay for the new Montecito mansion? Meghan saw Prince Charles as a father figure, and he was equally fond of her, the book claims. She is said to have formed such a close bond with Charles that she considers him to be her second father. So is Charles like a second father to her? He did walk her down the aisle, okay, but woe to Charles if he's her second father, because look at how she treats her father. And is she just simply doing this to keep the money flowing? Because that money must flow. If she's going to live like a billionaire, that money has to keep flowing to her. So is she just trying to keep that relationship good with Charles? Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. This is the offending photograph. So is Charles kind of bipolar in his relationship with Harry? You know, thinking about it, I'm a little skeptical because even just in the article that I showed you, we see Charles and William and Harry kind of frowning, looking a little tense. You know, people who are wearing a mask are not going to show you that. They're just not showing you the frowns. They're going to smile no matter what they're feeling. So let's take a look at Charles and Harry and William together. Is Charles, you know, does he run hot and cold? Is he kind of bipolar? Because this is the allegation in the very famous book, Finding Freedom. You know, Nelson Mandela wrote it for them, came back from the grave and wrote it for them, for Harry and Meghan. But really just for Meghan. So, okay, so Charles, Harry, and William. Charles, that's interesting. Harry and William. So does Charles run hot and cold? Is he bipolar? Is he wearing a Guy Fawkes mask? You know, is he kind of an Ellen figure? Let's look. Cross, permanent relationship, marriage, family, permanent relationship. Angel, angels are generally children. And you know, Angel is often a baby, a very innocent baby, viewing someone as completely innocent and a child and always seeing the best in them. But in the middle we have secrets, things that we don't know going on. So 14 and 11, 25, 7 hearts, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, if the number of the devil is 666, which it is, then the number of God and Jesus would be 777. So he really wants the best for his children. I don't see any deception. I don't see any fakeness. I just see there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know about that causes tension. Okay, and they don't want to tell us everything because they're public figures, and that's just very natural. It only makes things more complicated when you get other people who are not invested in the situation involved. That just creates more problems that you have to deal with. So there are things going under the surface, but there's no fakeness or falseness here. He's not wearing a mask. He's just Charles. Okay, so far, really good energy, permanent family, and these are his children. Okay, and that's how he treats them. Whether you believe they are his children or not, whether they've been kind of adopted into the family, and even if they were, they would still be his children. What's over here? We have a broken relationship, we have very public, and we have outside circumstances have kind of publicly broken the relationship, created rifts and breaks in the relationships. And that's true. Harry is now living in America in the Montecito mansion, probably chained to, you know, a chair somewhere in there. So 9, 3 hearts. So they want to keep a good public image, but there are cracks. There are cracks in the relationships. Okay, this is very much, everything's broken. The ship is broken. The earth is broken. Yeah. So underneath we have Trinity and City. Everybody working together in front of the whole world. 11. They do, you know, this is a great working card. This is all the people in the world. They do work together. Okay, the royal family isn't just a family. They're also royals. They're heads of state. More figureheads of state at this point. But they have roles to play and duties to perform. It's also kind of a working environment, which is actually very healthy. Families are supposed to work together and rely upon each other and cooperate, and they are really kind of forced to do that. So that's actually healthier than the artificial thing where dad goes off to work, mom now usually goes off to work. The children are going off and being cared for by strangers who don't care about. Cared for is the wrong word. You know, they're going off to other places with other people who are not their parents and being raised by them. It's just odd. It's much more natural for a family to work together and cooperate together and interact together. Much more natural. So let's see. And in all the developing societies, that's exactly how it was. 5 diamonds, 10 hearts, very emotional, ongoing, and decisions. 16 4 spades. So again, more secrets and emotional things going on under the surface. I don't see any falseness. I don't see anybody wearing a mask. There are things that we don't know about. Does Charles value his public image above his relationship with his sons? That's a good question, because that's another allegation made in Finding Freedom by Omid Scobie, or really Meghan, because Meghan herself actually wrote this and just kind of handed it off to Omid. So does Charles value his public image above his relationship with his sons? There's the devil. Does Charles value his public image above his relationship with his sons? Good, nice image, beautiful image, player in front of the camera, actor, 8 and 11, 19, 5 clubs, 5 and 5, 5 clubs, 5 spades. So decisions and blockages, he does have to keep the image good. He does have to keep a good public image. But there are problems and things that need to be decided. Underneath, another 5. Okay, changes. The only certainty is change. 5 hearts, reacting to circumstances, devil, selfishness, and ruler. 24 plus 5, 29, 8 hearts. Meghan has been causing a lot of trouble. She's getting a lot of devil energy, very, very selfish. So reacting to the devil in the crown. So does he value his public image over his relationship with his sons? This reading is not about his sons. Okay, so there are problems. The public image is very important. The actor keeping a sweet appearance through the obstacles. Okay, but underneath there can be very serious. Underneath there are very serious problems. There's even a devil there. He has to react to this. So there's a real tension of keeping the public out of your personal business and keeping the image good. But it can get really dire. So there are some very serious problems under the surface, which I think this devil may be Meghan in some of her actions, because she often gets the devil with regard to her actions. She is not concerned about others. She's not concerned about Harry. She's not concerned about Archie. She's concerned about Meghan. And she's going to do whatever she needs to do to advance Meghan, whether that benefits Harry or Archie. And Archie may just be kind of a set piece for them. Did Charles pay for the new Montecito mansion? Because this is in the book, that Charles paid for. He paid for it, which says a lot of weird things. How come Harry and Meghan don't have $5 million to pony up between them? They should have $5 million between them to pony up. Or they shouldn't live there. They should get a 1-bedroom in Beverly Hills for some ridiculous amount of money for that Beverly Hills zip code. Did Charles pay for the new Montecito mansion? There's money right in the middle. Do we have Charles paying for the new Montecito mansion? Opportunity, money, and contract, the paper contract. 9 and 4, 13, 4 hearts. Yeah. So, yeah, this was paid for by the family. 4 hearts for the family. The structure, the money is coming from the family. So, from the royal family. What's underneath? Magi manifesting the long journey. Okay. King of Spades, executioner, just makes the decision. Very powerful, can get it done without consulting anybody. Inheritance and lovers. The close relationship with the royal family. Yeah, they did. So, manifesting. So they just feel that this is what's they want them to have this house. It's much better for them to be stable in a good house, and then there should be less drama now because they're not staying at the Tyler Perry house. They're not constantly moving around. Then they can settle down. So this is absolutely, they want them in this house, and this is because of the close relationship with the royals. We have 10s. They are manifesting the future, the long journey. They're manifesting the future in the long journey. So the royal family feels like this is what's best for the royal family. I do think that this is going to be Meghan's divorce house. Harry's going to leave. Meghan's going to be staying in the house if Harry leaves, which I hope he does. But Meghan's going to be staying in the house. I don't know if she'll get Archie. Probably. We never see Archie. No one ever sees Archie. There's that beautiful picture of Ellen cradling the heir that was Archie. You know, so no one ever sees Archie. It's just odd. Let's look at Charles and Meghan. Meghan says in the book, it says that Meghan considers Charles like a second father. Poor Charles, because we see how she's treating Thomas, and he's now going to be the star witness in her disastrous lawsuit against the Daily Mail. And is it just the Daily Mail, or is the Daily Mail and the Sun? I don't know. It's definitely the Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday, Daily Mail. There's like 4 papers she's suing. So it's, yeah, and the Telegraph and the Sun and one other. So, is Charles like a father figure to Meghan? How does he feel about that? How does she feel about that? I'm not believing this. So let's see what the cards say. Charles and Meghan. Charles is here, Meghan's here. Charles, Meghan. Is Charles like a father figure to Meghan? Does he view himself like that? Meghan. Does she view him like that? Oh dear. Is Charles like a father figure to Meghan? What's going on with Meghan? Good woman in the relationship. Crossroads decision. 11 and 12, 23, 6. So we have 2 really good relationship cards. This is just a decision that she's made. Crossroads is always 2 or more in a romance relationship, in a romance reading. If this was a romantic reading, crossroads means she's with someone else. Okay, the 5 clubs appearing means there's someone else in the mix. Here it means, I would interpret this as, this is just the right decision to hang on to the relationship. She needs this relationship. She wants to hang on to the money. That's what I primarily think is happening. And we see Charles paying for the house. So, boy, there are great benefits. She just got a $15 million house out of the deal, and that's not all that she's going to get out of this. So that's just the warm-up. What is Charles? Does Charles feel like a father figure here? Hightower, official, actions, and son. 4 and 9 is 13, 4 hearts. Family. Okay, so closely, so officially family, and just very publicly taking the action. So he's kind of acting in that role. She, right in the middle it's not love in the middle, it's a decision in the middle. Okay, she needs this relationship. She wants to keep this relationship positive. And so Charles is acting like the father. She's acting like he's like a father to me because he can benefit her. Strength and hand in hand, solidly rooted, in front of the many people. 17, 5 hearts. So on the fence. What's underneath? Secrets in the coffin, connected, and incubus, succubus. 10, 12. Conflict, connected, in conflict, bad relationship, and secrets. So I find it very interesting that Meghan and Harry have just been Meghan especially, bashing the royal family, Charles, William, Kate, the Queen, everybody. And very recently, very, very recently, like this week, Meghan and Harry are making, singing the praises of the Queen and Charles. The Queen and Charles. We love Charles. We love the Queen. They're fantastic. They're wonderful. They're amazing. Well, Charles just bought them the house, and they need to keep this good relationship. So Meghan operates, I think, on enemies. Okay, she has to have enemies to operate. And when she was in the royal family, she immediately declared Kate her mortal enemy and was out on a mission to destroy her. Then I think she started attacking the Queen. Then she was attacking everybody. William, Kate, Charles, the Queen. She was attacking everybody. And now she's backed away from that because that's just suicide. And it's all happened, this about face with Meghan and Harry has really started to happen just this week. All right, so Charles and Harry and William, is it kind of a bipolar? Is Charles wearing a mask? No. It's family, there's stuff going on under the surface. He's very committed to taking care of the children. There are problems, outside problems. There's no masks here. There's no masks. There's emotional things and problems in the relationships, and they do need to keep a good public image. There's none of this Ellen stuff going on. Okay, Ellen seems to be someone who is kind of not the same person behind the camera as she is in front of the camera. That's not what's going on here. They do have to keep their image up, and everybody doesn't need to know their business because it just creates more problems. I don't have any issue with that. And they are kind of real because you see Charles frowning, you see William frowning, you see Harry frowning. Harry especially wears his heart on his sleeve. William is more reserved. Charles, they're all kind of real. They'll show you their frowny faces. They're not hiding everything. Okay, does Charles value his public image over and above his relationship with his sons? No, but he does have to keep his image up. There are problems, and there are like really nasty problems going on under the surface that need to be reacted to. Okay, so everybody has challenges and problems, and he doesn't need to like tell everybody all the time what's going on because it's just not helpful. In fact, it's unhelpful to do that. Did Charles pay? We have a report in that Charles is paying for the mansion, the Montecito mansion. Yes, they did, and the royal family. We have 2 completion cards here, which are very interesting. We have 2 10s. Okay, so maybe I think they always have plans. They're always making provision for every option, and it looks like things are coming to a completion. They've got the house. That's a major piece. Meghan and they're settled in that house. They're wrapping something up. They're completing something with these 10s. A long journey. They're completing something. And the 1-year probationary period, transition period ends in March, next March. So we're getting closer and closer to that. Charles and Meghan, do they have a father-daughter relationship? This is just a decision by Meghan. Okay, she definitely, is a good decision for her. Charles, he is officially acting in this role. And she's showing hearts over here. She always comes off as the emotional person. Help me, I love you so much, you're the best. There's no hearts for Charles. This is just official business, and he needs to appear to be a loving, doting father. Here he clearly is. He clearly is watching out for his son. So he could be kind of watching out for Meghan because she's married to Harry. But it's just official. And in previous readings, I saw him being very, very upset with Meghan. Very disappointed, very upset. So there is a toxic relationship here between them. A lot of negativity, toxicity, and secrets. And maybe Meghan has some really great dirt on Charles. That could be the coffin. She was writing notes. She wrote this book while she was in the palace. She was recording things, audio recording. She was taking pictures. Jewelry went missing. Money seemed to have leaked out of the palace. Dory is suddenly wealthy. You know, that the yoga teacher, social worker is suddenly wealthy. So there's a lot of issues. But no, Charles is not a fake person. He's not this bipolar kind of wearing a mask kind of person. And that's really good. That's good. And I'm glad to see that. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe,